My name is Karen McDaniel, and I am the Director of Medicare Operations and Compliance here at URL Insurance Group. URL Insurance is an insurance brokerage company located in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and for the past 27 years, we have been a one-stop shop for insurance agents. On my screen, you can see our website. We have 4 separate departments. We have the Annuity Solutions Department, which is run by Joseph Corio. We have the Health Plan Options Department, which is headed by Deb Wilkinson and Christy Saul. We have the Life Markets Department, which is headed up by Steve Clemens. And we have the Senior Care Products, which is where you will find all of our GTL information under the Product Information page. If you scroll down there, and you will find all of the forms and information that you need for the plans that Dimitri will be talking about today. He's not going to touch on all of them, but he will touch on 2 or 3 of them. Presenting today will be, from GTL, will be Regional Sales Manager Dimitri Simos. If at any time during the presentation you have a question or comment, please type that question in the question box on the webinar control panel, and we will answer any questions at the end of the webinar. So at this point, Dimitri, I'm going to hand it over to you.
All right, great. Thanks, Karen.
Oh.
Everybody, let's see. So now I believe I need to share my screen, right?
Yep.
I told you, I'm not that good at this part. Oh, there it is. Okay. So, there we go. You should be seeing a screen right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully everybody sees the front page here where it shows Guarantee Trust Life with the names of 4 different products: Advantage Plus, Supplemental Solutions, CHS Protection Plus, and Recover Cash.
Yep,
those are the plans. You can see those okay? Good.
Yep.
These are the plans that we're going to cover because these are plans that that are primarily used in the, a lot of folks that use these in the senior market. So I think it's a good spot to really focus in on for today's call. But the thing that let's get started off with is really let's say a little bit about Guarantee Trust Life. Guarantee Trust was founded in 1936 by the Holson family, and right now we're in our 76th year of being in business. Next year in 2016 it'll be 80 years, which we find that to be a pretty great feat these days of having a mutual life insurance company and being a family operated business. So it's a pretty big deal that 80 years later, the company is going strong and, looking forward to the next 80 years. But, we are licensed in all the states with the exception of New York. So if you do business in New York, we don't do anything in that state, but we are licensed in every other state. So the first product that we're going to get started off with here is our Hospital Indemnity Plan, the Advantage Plus product. This product was developed back in 2006, and that's pretty much the time frame when new health plans were coming out in the market, and the increase of co-pays and deductibles and just out-of-pocket expenses for clients were really starting back at then in 06 and at that time frame. And so we looked at what the market was like at that time and said, I think we thought that it would make a lot of sense to create a product that would help your clients take care of some of those out-of-pocket exposures that they had to deal with. And in developing this product, we kept in mind that the best case scenario for your clients and yourselves as agents was that we wanted to make this affordable for your clients. So we wanted to provide a range of $25 to $60 a day per month. So that's really what we're looking for in terms of what you should be looking for too is in terms of the products. So so to get on with what the actual plan looks like is it's a daily hospital indemnity plan is a base plan. Okay, you got 2 choices you need to make. The first choice is either a 10 or 21 day benefit period, and that's pretty simple, and especially this is probably a little bit of a change here of what you're used what you're even used to even in Pennsylvania. In Pennsylvania, we just made that change here in the beginning of January that you also have this option of a 10 or 21-day benefit period. Now, the way it works in Pennsylvania is this. The state does have mandates that there is a 31-day benefit period available on the plan for Pennsylvania insureds. The way we be able to accomplish that is that for 31-day benefit period, the insured will have a 10-day benefit payable. But for the majority of the coverage, they're going to have, from $100 to $600 a day of daily benefit. They're going to have the option of paying based on a 10-day benefit period or 21-day benefit period. So another way to kind of look at this is that if you had a client that you were quoting a $250 premium for on our quoting software, it's a 10-day benefit period, and they're in the hospital for 10 days, in the first 10 days they're going to get $260. So it's the base amount that you quoted them, $250, but also they're going to get that a little extra $10 per day for the 31-day benefit period option. And then if they're in the hospital past the 10th day, from days 11 to 31, they'll get additional $10 each day in the hospital. This benefit period does restore if the insured is out of the hospital for 60 days or longer. It doesn't matter if you use up the full benefit period or not. If you use up only 3 days, 6 days, or the full 10 days, as long as you're out of the hospital for 6 days or longer, it does restore. Now, most folks will purchase and offer to their clients a 10-day benefit period because in today's environment, it looks like that's really the majority of what folks are going to need that's going to take care of them in today's environment, but also what's going to take care of them in the foreseeable future, because we aren't seeing much copays going past, getting up past anything, the 10-day mark. So this would be a pretty good option for you to be able to do a 10-day benefit period for your client. And the second choice you need to make in terms of the base plan is the daily benefit amount. You can choose from $100 to $600 a day in $10 increments. So if you have one of the things I will tell you here in the daily benefit amount, a place to start off with is what's their actual copay. But I will also suggest, and you'll see as we go through this part of the presentation, that it may make some sense to be able to offer them some more daily benefits than what their current copays are, because things are going to change, for next year. We don't know how much they're going to change, but we know that there is a change because every year there has been changes. And let's take care of those future changes as much as we can now, and be able to offer your clients some additional coverage that they could definitely use. Because if they have additional $50 a day of benefit, they can use that money any which way they want. If they have a copay going to the doctor once they get out of the hospital, or if they need to buy some medical supplies to help after they get out of the hospital, or if there's a copay for prescriptions, whatever the case may be, or if they just want to have an extra $50 a day to keep in their pocket, that's something that is an option for them. As part of the base plan already included, the insured will get a $175 a day for 7 days if they can find an inpatient mental health facility. And then there's also a $150 emergency room visit if the insured was admitted to the hospital due to an accident. Probably the most important thing I can probably tell you here is I want to make sure that I keep you compliant and don't want to get you in trouble with any of the governing bodies here. So the one thing you want to make sure you do is you want to make sure that when you're speaking to your client, that when you're speaking your health insurance, that they understand that you're talking about health insurance. But then when you're talking about our hospital indemnity product, you want them to understand that this is from Guaranteed Trust Life, and this is a hospital indemnity plan. The reason why this is so important is we cannot call it anything else. Is we can't call it a Medicare WRAP plan or Medicare Advantage supplement or anything to that effect, because it's really not. Because it is a limited benefit policy, and it's not a Medicare supplement policy or certificate. It doesn't fully supplement any federal Medicare health insurance. As long as you kind of keep it separated, and they let the client know this is a standalone hospital indemnity plan that they'll pay a separate monthly premium for, then you'll be keeping compliant. Especially it's important to make sure that they understand they're going to get 2 separate plans, because on the scope of appointment form, you have that option of being able to talk to a client during your Medicare Advantage appointment by checking off the hospital indemnity section on the scope of appointment form. So please make sure that we take care of that appropriately. Now, there are a variety of riders that are available. One of the riders available is an ambulance rider, which provides a benefit to the insured of $200 per trip, 4 times per year. There isn't a confinement required to be able to get access to that benefit. Secondly, there's a lump sum cancer benefit available. In some states, it may be a combo application with our CHS Protection Plus cancer plan, which in that benefit would be from $5,000 to $20,000. Or in some states like Pennsylvania, for example, it would be a lump sum cancer rider, which that benefit would be available from $2,500 to $10,000 in $2,500 increments. The big difference between the cancer plan using a combo app and using the supplemental solution, basically using the rider, it's based off of the rider version of the cancer benefit. When a benefit's paid out to the insured, that would be a one-time benefit payout. So once they get a claim paid, that rider would go away along with the cost would go away. Whereas if you use the combo app in the state that you may have a combo app available to you to use our CHS product, we have a restoration feature on that plan that even if a benefit's paid, that rider will still stay in force, and the insured will be able to claim on a second benefit, which I will explain a little bit more when we talk about the CHS product. The third rider that we have available is a skilled nursing rider. The skilled nursing rider is day one coverage from days 1 through 50. You can choose out of 3 benefit levels from $100, $150, or $200. This is also restorable when the insured's out of facility or hospital for 61 days or longer also. In addition, we do have a lump sum hospital rider, which will provide a first day one lump sum payment of $250, $500, or $750 on top of your daily benefit amount. And this also is a restorable rider if the insured's out of the hospital for 61 days or longer. And last but not least, we also offer a outpatient surgery rider, $250 to $1,000 in benefit. This rider is designed to pay out twice per year. So if you have an insured and you offer them a $500 benefit on this outpatient surgery rider, they have 2 separate outpatient surgeries, they'll be able to get $500 for each surgery. And then this does restore on an annual basis. So they'll be able to, the following year they have another, 2 more outpatient surgeries, they'll be able to get 2 more $500 payments paid out to them. Always make sure that you want to make sure you check your state availability charts, to make sure what is available, and your rate sheets for your particular states, make sure what's available specifically for your particular states. So the Advantage Plus, where is it? There we go. Well, it's in pretty much every state in the country with the exception of New York, New Hampshire, Florida, and California. Otherwise, it's in every other state that in the union here. The green states that you see there are listed are our new updated riders that we just came out with last year. The states that you see in yellow will have our original Advantage Plus riders. So those are really, if you're working in a state that is yellow, but your home state's a green state, just take a quick peek at the riders for those for those states that are a little different than your home state, and just to make sure you're familiar with that. But it should be pretty simple for you. From an underwriting perspective, this is a simplified jet issue product, so we don't do an MIB or phone interview on the front end of the application process here. All you do is you're going to ask the questions to your clients. They answer yes or no. If they answer no to the health questions, the policy will be issued. In many states, we offer a guarantee issue period from age 64.5 to 65.5. Pennsylvania, we do not have a guarantee issue period there in Pennsylvania. Even in any state where there's a guarantee issue period available, the only part of the plan that's not guarantee issue will be the cancer rider or cancer plan. You always have to answer the cancer question. And then keep in mind when you're speaking with your clients that that they are aware that there's a pre-existing condition language associated with hospital indemnity plans in general. That it's either a 6 month prior to effective date of the coverage, which goes to 6 months after the policy goes in force. The only state that does not have a pre-existing condition language is going to be North Carolina. I guess since we're on the subject of underwriting, and underwriting always leads into other discussions, let's talk a little bit about something that's really unique to GTL. Is that over the last couple of years we've been seeing that hospitals are coding inpatient hospital stays other than inpatient hospital stays. They're coding them as observation. We have taken the position that if somebody's in the hospital for 24 hours, even though they're coded as observation, we're still going to consider that to be 1 day of confinement. So they're not going to lose out on benefit from this plan because the hospital coded them as observation versus confinement. So I think that's a big positive that they're going to be able to get full benefit for each day that they're in the hospital under the code of observation. So I think that's huge. So one of the things here is issue ages. We're definitely taking care of the senior side from age 40 to age 85. The cancer rider is available to age 79. So if you're in a state like PA that has a cancer rider, we can write that rider up to age 79. But if you're in a combo state that allows the CHS plan to be written with the Advantage Plus, then that would be issuable up to age 85. The ambulance rider in all states where the ambulance rider is available would be issued to age 80. The rates are issue age based, so that means that the age that the policy was issued at, so at age 65, the rates should stay the same, for a long time to come, if not forever. They're not guaranteed rates. We could increase rates if we increase the whole block of business, but the way I can tell you, on the very long foreseeable future, we don't see that happening. And it is a guaranteed renewable product for life. As long as they're paying a premium, they're going to be able to keep their policy in force. I wanted to show you some sample rates here, some of the things that we see on a more regular basis. If you had a $250 a day daily copay for a 10-day benefit period with an ambulance rider outside of Pennsylvania, the rates are $29.74 a month. If you're in Pennsylvania, it's $31.73 a month. If you were to add that skilled nursing rider at $150 a day of benefit, that would bring your total cost outside of PA at $46.96, or in PA, $48.96 a month. Instead of the skilled nursing rider, if you wanted to add a CHS Protection Plus or a cancer rider, you're going to be looking at $43.58 outside of PA, or in PA, $45.80 a month. Now, I know a lot of folks will ask, okay, what riders is it that you do see a lot of? Really, what's on the screen here is really the riders that we see quite a bit of. These are the riders that make a lot of sense, because if someone were to be in a skilled nursing facility, that's something that's going to hit their out-of-pocket maximum pretty quickly. Cancer is another one that makes a lot of sense, because it's going to make it'll make them hit the maximum out-of-pocket pretty quickly there, because if you look at the benefits on a Medicare Advantage plan for radiation chemotherapy, it's a 20% copay, which gets applied to the maximum out-of-pocket. And by purchasing just a simple $5,000 cancer plan, a lot of the MA plans today are somewhere in that range, $4,000 to $6,000 of maximum out-of-pocket, where for a small premium, you can take care of that a lot of costs, a lot of out-of-pocket exposure that they're going to have. And I mentioned that towards the beginning that you can definitely go and talk to your client just about their daily confinement amount, exactly what their copay is with their particular plan. So let's just pretend here that $250 was their daily copay. Well, I would like to probably make an argument here that maybe you might want to start looking at offering your client more than that daily their plan benefit that they have of a copay. Maybe give them an additional $25 or $50 a day of daily benefit, because at age 65, it's $34.84 a month outside of PA. That's only $5, a little over $5 in difference of premium to provide your client with additional $5. In PA, the additional cost would be $5, a little over $5 for that additional $50 per day of benefit, which would bring it to $37.24 a month. Still very affordable, as you can see. It does the same thing down the line when we're talking about skilled nursing rider or the cancer benefit. This increases the costs are only increased by a little over $5 a month. I think it still keeps the premium right there where you want it, from an overall, how the product is designed to be, between a $25 to $60 a month range. So I think it really takes care of that, for your client's needs. We're all going to have, clients that are going to, maybe not agree with us and see why they may need to purchase an additional product on top of their health plan that they currently have. So the idea here is this. I want you to help them understand that, if your client had a $250 copay for hospitalization and a $200 ambulance copay, day one that they're in the hospital, it would cost that client $450 in copays to take care, for having that health plan. You can cover those two exposures, the daily copay and the ambulance, for $354 a year. And then in addition to being less expensive than paying it out outright, dollar per dollar, they're also going to get additional dollars each day in their hospital up until their benefit period is satisfied. So in essence, you're looking, they can get a lot more out of that plan, for that small premium of $354 a year. Same thing, if you're looking at $300 a day of copay with a $200 ambulance benefit, if you were to cover that with the plan, with the Advantage Plus here directly, $414.80 annually. Again, less expensive than what it would cost to pay for one day's benefit exposure out of pocket. I guess if that's not going to be enough to help your client, see it our way, the average stay in a hospital is about 5 days. So if you took the copays and you times them by 5, you're looking at $1,250 is the average copay that folks would have to pay at $250 of benefit, or if it's at $300 of benefit, it'd be $1,500. If you wanted just to cover just the copay by itself, the annual cost on that would be $304 at age 65, and then for the $300 a day of benefit, it'd be $364.80 on an annual basis. Even at age 70, if you take a look at that, still very affordable to be able to take care of that, take care of that copay that those clients are going to have to pay out of pocket for going into the hospital for either observation or confinement. Either way, we'll still pay out that daily benefit form. So hopefully, we can see that with the Advantage Plus product, it would definitely be a win-win situation, for everybody involved, but more importantly, it'd be win-win for your clients because they're going to have dollars available to take care of various copays or other expenses that they may run across. But from your perspective, you're going to be able to add on a secondary product for your client, so that this way now instead of just being a customer, they'll start turning into clients for you. The more policies you have with them, the more times they're going to consider you as being their agent and come to you first with any other additional questions or concerns, which is definitely something I think we all strive to do. So with that, I'm going to switch over now and talk a little bit about the next products, which would be the CHS Protection Plus and the Supplemental Solutions. They're both cancer plans. They're just going to have there'll be a little bit different setups on the cancer plans, but we'll get through those and kind of give you an idea of where they are. So this way, depending on where your home state is, you know which plan will make sense for you to what to use. Cancer plans, I think, are severely underutilized, especially in today's day and age. Folks are surviving cancers more than not. So by surviving, there's going to be some additional expenses and costs involved, and there have been historically. The reality is that 1 out of 2 men or women will be diagnosed with cancer during their lifetime at some point. Obviously, none of us know when it's going to happen or if it's going to happen, but the dollars that are going to be available from a cancer plan would definitely be of huge help, because when you look at the medical bankruptcies that are going on in the U.S., about 75% of those folks that declare medical bankruptcies already have health insurance. So that tells me something, that it's not the actual lack of insurance that's creating the bankruptcies. It's going to be some stuff, it's going to be something to the effect of it's either copays, or it's going to be maybe some indirect costs. It's going to be something like the effect, like travel, lodging, food, child care, stuff that insurance will not pick up. You also have that, when someone's diagnosed with cancer, they're still going to have expenses that are going to be part of their everyday lives. They're going to still have to pay their mortgage, or rent, or car payments, utility bills, insurance payments, everything that they need to keep life going in. Why not give them the opportunity to do that with a cancer plan? So, if they wanted to keep life going, they'd either have to shrink their savings accounts or children's college funds, or even worse, go into debt. So in PA, I can tell you that we, in the other states that are listed above there, we have the Supplemental Solutions cancer plan available there. And the way that the cancer plan works in PA is that it's a first occurrence policy that goes from $5,000 to $50,000 in benefit if the insured is from 50 years old or over. If they're under the age of 50, the benefit is $10,000 to $50,000. It's a one-time lump sum payment. You can also add a heart attack or stroke rider to this plan, which would provide a benefit of 25% of the cancer benefit. So let's for example, say I had a $50,000 cancer plan with a heart attack stroke rider. I have a heart attack stroke first. I would get paid $12,500. A few years down the road, I get diagnosed with cancer. I get paid my $50,000 that I have left on the cancer benefit. In total, the plan would have paid $62,500, and then the policy would terminate, and then wouldn't have to pay more premium for that. We do offer individual or family coverage. They are unisex rates, and just like on the rider side and with the Advantage Plus, it is issuable up to age 79. This isn't a senior-only product. These are available for folks that are under age 65. So, if you have younger clients that are, that have need of protection against cancer or heart attack, stroke, or the co-pays that they're, the health plans that they have now, they may need to take care of some of those co-pays and some of those other health plans. Feel free to take a look at this product as an option for them too. Kind of give you a little bit of a taste here of what the $5,000 benefit looks like of a lump sum cancer plan only. It's $13.86 a month at age 65. At age 50, it's $7.20 a month. If you were to look at the lump sum cancer plan at $10,000, at age 50, it's $14.41 a month. Age 65, it's $27.72 a month. And if you add the heart attack and stroke rider at $10,000, you're looking at $18.15 a month at age 50, or at age 65, $36.62 a month. So the CHS Protection Plus, that's a product that's been introduced here at GTL over the last couple of years. It's not available in Pennsylvania, but it's available in some of the surrounding states that are around the PA area. But it's basically two plans in one. It's a standalone cancer product. It's also a standalone heart attack stroke plan. But both products do offer a recurrence benefit, which I think you'll find will be a very impressive benefit once I show you how it works. From a plan perspective, both products work the same way, where you can get a benefit amount of $10,000 to $75,000 in benefit. Issue ages are from age 0 to age 85. We have 4 rate classes you can choose from. And then the standalone cancer plan does include coverage for cancer in situ. If you're wondering what cancer in situ is, it's a localized cancer that has not spread the surrounding tissue. If your client would have purchased a heart attack or stroke policy, there's a one-time benefit that if they were to have angioplasty or bypass performed without a occurrence of heart attack, they would be able to get 10% of their heart attack stroke benefit paid out as a one-time benefit in addition to their heart attack stroke plan. So the recurrence benefit, here it is. So you get diagnosed with cancer, you're deemed to be in remission after your treatment. You're going 5 years. Over 5 years, cancer comes back. You can claim on the product again and get another 100% benefit paid out to you. Now, if you got a diagnosis of cancer again, but it was less than 5 years, if it was year 4, you'd get 50% of your benefit paid out, of your original benefit paid out. If it was years 2 to 3, you get 25% of the original benefit. If it was during the first year of being in remission and have another diagnosis of cancer, it would be a 10% payout of the original benefit. It works the same way for heart attack stroke. There are some optional riders available. There's an intensive care rider, which is a $150 benefit for being in an intensive care unit. There's 4 units available, so total benefit available there is at $600. We do offer a return of premium in many states on the CHS product. The return of premium, the way this works here, it's a little unique, I think, when you see it. It works that if the insured passes away prior to age 85, then the beneficiaries will receive premiums paid minus any claims. If the insured makes it to age 85, then the return of premium goes away along with the cost of the return of premium. There's also a therapy and wellness rider, which would provide a $50 once per year $50 benefit for a list if an insured would have some wellness exam, off of our list of 27 exams, they would be able to get that benefit, and there's some additional benefits with that wellness rider. So if you're wondering now, where is CHS in relation to where you may be at, CHS is all the blue states, and the states that are in yellow will have the supplemental solutions. So PA, New Jersey, Maryland, West Virginia, North Carolina, Georgia, those will all be supplemental solution states. The states that are in red do not offer any cancer plans at all. So that'd be like Virginia or Florida or New York, Massachusetts. Those states we do not have any cancer products available at this time. And so like I said, blue states, Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee, South Carolina, Alabama, you got CHS there. From an underwriting perspective, it's a simple underwriting process. So it's a yes-no application. They answer no to the health questions, submit the policy. We will do an RX check to verify that they're not being treated for anything that is covered by the product. And then we do have a height weight chart that's included as part of it. We will do a personal history interview for folks that are applying for more than $50,000 on the CHS product. So it's definitely, so for folks that are going under $50,000 of benefit, it's just going to be a straight RX check and then issuance. They are unisex rates, but they are tobacco and non-tobacco rated. And then also the underwriting questions are a 5-year look back in terms of like what that means is in the last 5 years, have you been diagnosed or treated for cancer, yes or no? So it's going to be along that style. And with the CHS product, there is a 30-day wait. So if you're insured gets diagnosed with cancer 2 weeks after that they get the policy enforced, that wouldn't be a covered claim at that point. There's some rate examples here of a $10,000 lump sum cancer policy. As you can see, at age 40, you're looking at $1,406 a month for $10,000 of benefit. At age 65, the same $10,000 benefit would be $2,588 a month. If you were to take a look at the heart attack stroke, at age 40, it'd be $789 a month, and at age 65, $2,094 a month. An exercise I like to do every so often here is take a, when I'm looking at premiums, is I like to take the benefit amount that I'm looking at and then divide it by the monthly premium. Typically, what that's going to tell me is that it would take me over 30 years of saving, let's call it $26 a month, to be able to equal $10,000 of benefit. That $10,000 being paid out to your client on a lump sum basis could be of huge, huge help for them. They'll take care of those bills that are still coming in as they're being treated for cancer or for having a heart attack or stroke, whatever the case may be, so that they have one less thing to worry about and just worry about themselves getting better. All right, now the last product that we're going to talk about today is going to be our Recover Cash, which is a short-term nursing home product. This is a product that's been out again for about a couple of years now, and it's a great plan to be able to use with your Medicare supplement clients, and even also with your Medicare Advantage clients, or just any clients in general that has any concern about premium and being able to afford some kind of coverage for skilled nursing. So now the things that we need to know about as short-term care is that if you were to be in a nursing home for a year, the range that you're looking at for paying out of pocket, your clients are looking at $36,000 to $112,000 is the range. Depending on where you live, it could be $112,000, like here in Chicago, probably $112,000. If there's somewhere a more rural area, maybe a little less on the lesser end. But either way, it's a lot of money for somebody to have to pay out of pocket. So when we take a, this is a great slide that I like to look at, and this is really, just off of Medicare's pages here. This is nothing that we're creating and making it look pretty or nothing. This is all out of Medicare. We all know Medicare will pay for the first 20 days, but that's assuming that the hospital has coded the insured, confined in a hospital for at least 3 days, because if there's observation coding in there for 2 days and confined for 1 day, that doesn't qualify them to be able to get access to skilled nursing home benefit from Medicare. They would deny that coverage. Whereas with a short-term care policy like the Recover Cash, we don't have a definition of being hospitalized for at least 3 days to be able to access the benefits. We're going to use something similar that you may be familiar with long-term care, the 2 of the 6 ADLs, to be able to start to trigger a benefit there. Now, with Medicare, the benefit is if you're in a skilled nursing facility. Well, what if you need something less than skilled nursing? Maybe you need intermediate or custodial care. Medicare won't pay for those types of needs, but our plan will, because we'll provide for 3 levels of care: custodial, intermediate, and skilled care. We also know that Medicare will stop paying benefit after 100 days, whereas with a short-term care product, you can take the protection to go all the way out to 360 days. Let's kind of go through here and show you the product detail itself. The issue ages are from age 40 to age 84. The daily benefit you can choose is from $50 to $300 a day in $10 increments. Again, as you can see on the brochure here, this is all part of the brochure that you'll see here. Custodial care, intermediate care, and skilled care is part of your levels of care that the client can make claim on. You can choose either a 0 or a 20-day elimination period. Right here, I would tell you, take a look at both options when you're discussing with your client. It's typically around, on average, I found it to be about a 10% difference in cost between a 0-day to 20-day elimination period. Obviously, 0 day is going to be a little bit more expensive, but it may make a lot of sense for your clients depending on their circumstances and their situation. Then your benefit period. You can choose from 30-day benefit period to as much as 360 days in benefit period. Now, we do have some riders that are available, and one of the riders available is a home health care rider. Again, issuable up to age 84. You can choose from $25, $50, or $75 per visit, and the maximum visits available will be in 90 or 180 days. Or I'm sorry, 90 or 180 visits. Once once they've claimed and used up their 90 or 180 visits, then that rider would go away along with that cost of the rider. Now, we do offer also an inflation rider. We have a simple inflation or a compound inflation. I would tell you that with the inflation rider, I wouldn't look at the inflation rider too much here if you're working with clients in their 60s and above. Maybe if you're working with clients under the age of 60, under 60, it probably make a lot more sense for them. But if you're concerned about inflation at all for your clients that are in their 60s and above, there, you might want to take a look at increasing their daily benefit amount on the front end versus trying to do it with an inflation benefit because of the cost associated with having an inflation rider on the policy. And I'll show you some rates here in a moment on what it looks like for you, so you can kind of take a look at what I'm talking about there. Now, the benefits, as are all the plans that GTL offers, could be paid directly to your insured. The nursing home and assisted living facility coverage provides, again, 3 levels of care and up to 360 days. You do get a 10% spousal discount when both the husband and wife apply for coverage at the same time. And then the benefits do restore once during the life of the policy. So when the restoration occurs is when, for 6 consecutive months, the insured no longer needs any covered care or services. Now, what triggers a benefit payment to your insured? They can't perform 2 of the 6 ADLs: bathing, continence, dressing, eating, toileting, or transferring. Or if they suffered a cognitive impairment that requires substantial supervision. That's your benefit qualifiers. It's not 3 days confinement in a hospital or anything like that. So as long as they can't do any of those two of the 6, and they're in a skilled nursing facility, they're in a nursing facility, getting custodial, intermediate, or skilled care, that's your benefit right there. Now, if you're wondering where is Recover Cash available, the states that are purple, that's where Recover Cash is. So it's in Pennsylvania, it's in Ohio, West Virginia, Maryland. Nope. Sorry, not Maryland. It's Virginia, West Virginia, Kentucky. So it's definitely all over, quite a few states there. This is health insurance, so this is not a, keep in mind too, I always get asked this question. This is health insurance. You don't need to have an LTC type of appointment with, or take that extra class for LTC. This is not long-term care. This is a short-term short-term nursing home product, which is an indemnity product. So it's nothing like an LTC in that regard. from a licensing standpoint. So just regular health license will allow you to go ahead and offer this product to your clients. Here, let's take a look at some sample premiums. I like using this example here at $200 per day, 90-day benefit period, zero elimination. Reason being is that I know a lot of folks can't, it's tough, from a financial perspective that, they're not going to be, they may not be able to afford the, the big 200, 360 a day benefit period, zero elimination. But I'm presuming that maybe Medicare is going to pay for 100 days. And that if they stay a little longer than 100 days, they're going to need some additional funds to be able to take care of that expense. So while they're getting paid by Medicare, they could also be getting paid by GTL $200 per day for the 90 days that they're in that nursing home facility. So each day that they're out of the facility over 100 days, they'll have dollars available to take care of that expense. So at age 65, you're looking at $33.85 a month. Take a look at what the simple inflation does to the cost of the policy, and then the compound inflation, what that does to the cost. So you can see, from my perspective, I like adding more benefit up front. So it's going to cost a lot less than trying to put on simple inflation and compound inflation to get to those numbers, eventually down the road. Now, if you added the home health care rider, as you can see, there's a very small cost in increasing cost. It's a little less than $5 per month. So I think that's a very viable option to be able to take care of your clients there. So if you're writing a Medicare Advantage plan and your client doesn't qualify for Advantage Plus for some reason, but they could qualify for this short-term care policy. If you were to look at a plan at $150 per day with a 45-day benefit period with zero elimination, at age 65, that would cost $15.96 a month. Now, why do I use 150 and 45-day benefit period? Well, if you multiply those out together, you're going to find that comes out to about $6,700 in total benefit paid out. And that surprisingly correlates with the maximum out-of-pocket that's federally mandated on the plans there. So this way, no matter what happens with the plans over the years, you're going to have your clients' skilled nursing taken care of, in any circumstance. So here's some underwriting and how it works with the short-term care plan here. It's a short yes/no application again. We will do an RX check on all applicants. If the insured's over 75 years old, we will do a personal history interview, which we will order from a home office once the application is submitted. On occasion, we may order a personal history interview on someone that's under the age of 75, depending on the information that's received on the RX check. But most of the time, folks under 75 is just an RX check, and then it's going to be either an approve the policy, or it's going to be a decline the policy. So it's very simple underwriting from that perspective. The rates are tobacco, non-tobacco rates. So very easy to be able to have that discussion with the clients there and figure out the rates. So if you're wondering how to submit business to GTL, we have a number of different ways that can happen. And one way that we can do that for the Advantage Plus product in particular here, you can use our agent portal, which is available through our website at gtlic.com. We also have an iPad application that's available through our website. Through our iPad app. If you go to the App Store and you do a search for GTL App Manager, you'll find that and download it onto your iPad. It's only available on iPad. If you have a tablet and you have access, like an Android tablet, and you have access to Wi-Fi while you're doing a meeting, you can go out to our website and use the agent portal to submit applications electronically that way. The iPad app is it's a pretty slick process in that you do everything on the iPad itself in front of the client. The signatures are taken by the insured signing with their finger, or a stylist if you happen to have a stylist. And once the application is submitted, that policy should be issued within about 5 minutes. The same way with our agent portal. If the business is submitted, once the business is submitted, within about 5 minutes, that policy should be approved and issued. Now, I know a lot of us still take paper app, which is great. So once you get your client information on the paper and have them sign it, and come back to your office, you can scan it into your computer and attach it to an email and send it to und@gtlic.com. And then once we receive it here, you'll actually receive a thank you email back from our underwriting area, just to let you know that we have received it, and then we start processing it. Typically, if we receive applications here at the home office by Wednesday of a given week, the policy will be issued by the following Wednesday, and the commission's paid that next month, that next Friday. There is also, you could still also do a fax if you prefer sending in faxes. 847-699-8493 is that number. And then we still, if you do take a first month's premium, you can submit that with a paper app at GTL, Attention New Business at 1275 Milwaukee Avenue, Glenview, Illinois, 60025. One thing to note here is that if you are submitting business electronically, so through the agent portal, the iPad app, or email, we don't need you to send in the originals that you may have. Save that for your file so you have that for your records. Once we receive it electronically, that's all we need. There's some contact information that's it's always good to know if you ever have questions. I know Karen and her staff over there at URL do a great job in supporting you, but we're also here to help you out too. So our website's a very helpful place to get some information off of, gtlic.com. We have a system called GTL Link there where you can have access to the pending application information. You can also get access to commission statements off of our website. I also have quoting software that you can download onto your desktop, so you have that available when you're meeting with your clients, so you can just point and click the determine rates. And then you also have access to your agent portal from gtlic.com. Our sales support staff is available for you from 8 to 6 Monday through Thursday, and then 9 to 1 on Fridays. They can be reached at 800-323-6907. If you have any specific product questions, or if you need supplies sent to you, they're great folks to be able to get a hold of. This number here, the new business area, that's a number you definitely want to write down and keep somewhere close, because sometimes you're going to get to a point where a client's going to ask you. You can ask a client a question, they're going to say, "I don't know how to answer this." And I highly encourage you to call our new business area, speak to an underwriter, and kind of explain to them what you know in terms of the situation, and see which way they can guide you down the right way, a good way to answer the question for you, with your client. So definitely feel free to contact our underwriters if you're not sure how you should answer a question on an application. Customer service is also another great number to have, because our claim side starts with customer service. So if your clients want to start the claim process, they would call our customer service folks at 800-338-7452. Keep in mind here, I mentioned claims here. Once your insured gets a policy from GTL, they're gonna have also included in there as part of the policy a little card. You're going to want to ask your clients to keep that card in a separate place, not to put it in their wallet or so when they go to the hospital to give it to the hospital. What's going to end up happening is that they could do it if they want. If they want the hospital to file the claim and take whatever monies they due to them, and whatever's left over, we'll send them the difference. But if they want all the dollars to come to them directly and then let them determine and use it how they want, they should not keep that card with them on their person if they're ever to be hospitalized. Because the first thing that hospitals do is a walletectomy. And that walletectomy, they go through all of it and look for anything that says insurance on it, and then they put it on file, because one of the forms that folks sign when they get admitted is an assignment of benefits form. They may not know it, but it's there. So that's one thing that you want to make sure that tell them to keep it in a safe place, so that if they ever did go to the hospital or anything, they can definitely call GTL, and we can start the claim process and get the money to them for them. All right. Well, also, now this is a fun little thing that that GTL does, is we do a Chicago trip, which we're currently in qualification for. It's for a little long weekend here in Chicago, back in June 4th through the 7th. Qualification is going on now until March 31st. It's a great time. I tell you, we've done a few of these since my tenure here at GTL, and they've been great. Everyone's walked away having a great time, and nothing wrong with staying at a little Ritz-Carlton and having some great steaks from Chicago, which I think a lot of you guys probably have heard that if you want to go for steaks, Chicago is a place for steaks. We definitely like our steakhouses here. This is a little picture of what the lakefront looks like here in Chicago. kind of give you an idea, we're going to be right off the Magnificent Mile. And the qualifying levels here are going to be the writing agent, it's a top 15 with a minimum of 50,000 points. So it's very attainable. If you haven't written any hospital indemnity plans or cancer or short-term care policies, now you got the next 2 months pretty much to be able to run out there and take care of that and try and get yourself qualified for this trip. All right, so with that being said, I think I hit pretty much everything that there was to hit about the products. I appreciate your guys' time. I think, Karen, if there's any questions, I'd be happy to take a look and see what we can answer for them.
Yes, we have a couple questions. Can you explain the claims process and how long our clients can expect it to get paid?
The claims process would be is that they would go to they would call our customer service area up. They would send them out a claim packet. The insured would need to complete the front end of that form. Submit the claim form with a UB04 form. That's probably hopefully folks have heard of this form before. UB04 is it's a form that provides a lot of the diagnostic codes and information on there, like with exact time codes and about admission and discharge out of hospitals, which is very helpful to the claims there in determining the amount of benefits that are payable to the insured. Without a UBO, we don't need EOBs. We need UB04s. Those are the ones that we need. So those are the ones that would make the claim process smooth and fast. We typically pay out claims between 13 to 15 days, if everything comes through cleanly.
Okay. The second question, regardless of the type of application, first payment is not required?
Correct. We will do draft upon issue. So once the policy is issued or goes into effect, that's when the first month's premium will take place.
Well, those are all the questions that we have so far, Dimitri. Thank you again for your time and great presentation. If anybody has any questions after the webinar, please feel free to send me an email. If I can't answer it, I will go back to the expert and have him answer it for us. Contracting, just go to our website and click on the contracting link. And if you don't have a flash packet on file, you can fill the packet out and choose GTL to get contracted with, send it over to us. It's pretty quick. It takes about a week and a half, and then you'll be up and running. Again, thank you so much for everybody for joining us and for Dimitri for taking time out of your busy day, and have a great day.
Thanks for having me, and have a great day, everybody.